My question is that everyone keeps talking about state legislature. We live in our trucks. We drive all over the country. We see rest areas closed, 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 barricades. I called the state legislature and I'm asked, well, are you a state resident? I said, no, we are trucking. Oh, well then, you have to find somebody in this state to complain. And I said, well, where is our IFTA tax going, our fuel tax going, our heavy highway use tax going, and every other tax and permit per state for interstate commerce, trucking? She says, well, I don't know what you're talking about. You don't pay any taxes that everybody else doesn't. And I said, excuse me? I said, where is that money going? She always tells, that's all that they have told me, I've called quite a few states, is that it's not put in the state budget. And that budget won't be reviewed for 3 more years. But there's more rest areas on the chopping block to be taken off. And then they complain about trucks that are parked on the side of the road, parked in exit and entrance ramps. There's no parking in these truck stops, and more of the truck stops are coming up with paid parking. I read an article that somebody, I can't remember what her name was, had said that if truckers were more apt to pay for parking, there wouldn't be a parking crisis. Now, why should we pay more and more and more, like we have unlimited pockets for these states? And I want to know how we as a group can push these states to reopen these rest areas, which would take the danger and the amount of accidents on the side of the roads away.
Well said.
We agree 100%. I've been on the board of Nevada for 15 years, and for 15 years I've been going to parking meetings and parking hearings and parking this and parking that since I've got on the board. And we've, as our former president used to say, we don't need anything fancy, some freaking gravel and a fence and a porta-john. We would be happy, you know, just somewhere to park our trucks.
And a dumpster.
Yes, and as you can see, you know, the thing, I'm from Ohio originally. I go home a lot from Kansas City. I just can't fathom that they're spending money to put these electronic signs in Indiana to tell you how many parking spots are at a rest area 180 miles away. We all know they're not going to be there when we get there 3 hours from now. It's like, that money you're spending on this electronic stuff, pour some more pavement. You know, I agree. I used to run the East Coast all the time. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, man, the closed rest areas, Virginia, all kinds of rest areas. Virginia, 2-hour parking limit in the rest area.
Well, there's more and more rest areas that are posting signs with 2 and 3 hour only parking. Now, how can that be legal when FMCSA tells us we've got to take a break, and when you're out of hours, and you're at a consignee, and you're empty, you can use personal drive time to get to the first safe parking. And then they give you 3 hours, 2 hours.
When you see those signs,
And you are held accountable for that. And I want to know why these states can get away with that.
when you see those signs, will you take a picture of them and send them to us with where they are?
Not a problem.
The dilemma / reality we always have is that in DC, they appropriate and authorize spending for dedicated purposes, and then when they allocate their money, they allocate it to states. Then when it gets to the states basically decide what they want to do with it, how they want to spend it. And we've tried about it every way we can in DC to get money earmarked specifically for rest areas, but when it gets to the state level, they decide where that money gets spent, and rest areas will always be a low priority for states. Always. And again, what happens when we become aware of issues like what you're talking about, the state level, then what we will immediately do is reach out to our members in that particular state to activate them to communicate with their lawmakers about the importance. And, you know, again, for us to be successful, we have to be an organization of activists.
Well, when I call the state and they ask me, what's your address in the state, I understand that you have to reach out to the members in those states. But we, as having a permit in that state, that we pay separate for interstate, I expect safe and adequate parking when we have to shut down or when we're going through that state. And it's becoming less and less and less. And as you can tell by the statistics, accidents are up immensely. And they expect us to take care of the problem when I believe it's part of our Constitution or whatever it is, that no taxation without representation. Where is our representation in the government that is going to stick up for these? Not just us as a group, I mean actual people in the government that are not being paid by the mega carriers, that have operating centers all over the country that their drivers can stop at. I'm talking us as owner-operators. Where is a safe place for us to park? And if not, then we shouldn't have to pay the taxes to their state.
Yeah, I would just add, well said, by the way. There is a couple of things. Some states just view rest areas as a drain on their state transportation budget. Right or wrong, that's the way they view it. The other thing is there's a federal law that basically prohibits states from commercializing rest areas. That's a very controversial issue in DC. It goes back probably decades. But it is always discussed every few years when there's a highway reauthorization bill up for consideration. So that might, who knows what Congress might do on that.